Yes.
5 countries with the most overseas military bases. Nations establish armed forces installations to safeguard their national interests. They can swiftly deploy troops, obtain intelligence, support operations, and display their military might due to military bases' strategic locations. Additionally, they fortify ties and deter external and domestic dangers. In other words, military outposts play a crucial role in a country's defense, ability to uphold security, and worldwide influence. In order to protect national interests and uphold regional stability, these military bases can also be utilized. Overseas military bases make it easier to supply soldiers during operations and enable prompt responses when necessary. They are also locations where espionage and information gathering are possible. In this video, we look at the 5 countries with the most overseas military bases. 5. France. No less than 10 overseas military bases. Let's begin with France, which has approximately 10 military bases overseas on different continents. These military bases are positioned to uphold peace and security in various regions all over the world. They are used to support French military operations abroad and enhance global security efforts. French military bases are located in different regions, including the Middle East, the Caribbean, Africa, and the Pacific. Each of these military bases serves different purposes, such as conducting operations, being used for supplying the necessary logistics to soldiers, and gathering intelligence that is needed for national defense. France also has a network of military outposts that are ideally situated to maintain security and stability throughout the world. The largest military base owned by France is situated in Djibouti, which is in the Horn of Africa. The purpose of this military base is to provide regional security and to support the fight against terrorism in that region. Over the years, French overseas military bases have been used to strengthen international security and back the country's military actions overseas. French bases also engage in humanitarian projects by offering free medical assistance and disaster relief to members of local communities, thereby strengthening ties with them. Through various defense agreements and cooperative exercises, these overseas military bases are also used to promote cooperation between France and the host countries. Lately, increased hostility towards France in West African countries such as Mali and Burkina Faso has led the country to embark on a drastic downsizing of its military bases in the sub-region. 4. Russia. No less than 12 overseas military bases. Russia has a number of overseas military bases which serve as a beacon of its ambitions of being a superpower. The country is also trying to expand its military potential to Asian and African countries as it embarks on efforts to solidify its relationship on both continents. For instance, Russia organized a Russia-Africa summit in 2023, attended by African leaders, and also participated in the Russia-Central Asia summit in 2024, all in a bid to expand its influence, which included that of its military. Additionally, Russia still maintains influence over some territories from its Soviet era. According to a leaked document from the German Foreign Ministry in 2020, Russia is planning to build 6 military bases in African countries in the near future. Central African Republic, Egypt, Eritrea, Madagascar, Mozambique, and Sudan were listed in the leaked dossier. However, in the meantime, Russia has been accused by the West of using private military companies like the Wagner Group to fulfill its foreign policy objectives in different African countries like Mali and Burkina Faso, as well as other non-African countries like Syria and Ukraine. In fact, certain military juntas that just seize power in some West African countries are believed to be enjoying Russian military backing or assurance. But Russia has continued to vehemently deny this allegation, stating that it has no official connection with the group. According to a report, negotiations for establishing a military base in the Central African Republic are already underway at an advanced stage. Russia has about 12 fully functional military bases that it operates in Armenia, Georgia, Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, Moldova, Kyrgyzstan and Syria. 3. Saudi Arabia. No less than 21 overseas military bases or military installations. Saudi Arabia has several military bases, both domestic and foreign, which play an important role in sustaining regional security and ensuring military operations go on hitch-free. According to Brookings, Saudi Arabia established 20 military outposts and bases in Al Mahra Governorate. This was done in early 2017 with the aim of consolidating the kingdom's strategic plan in Yemen's eastern regions. The country is also establishing overseas military bases in Africa. Notably, in Africa, the country has an agreement to establish a military base in Djibouti, which is located on the northeast coast of the Horn of Africa. The military base is to be located on the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden. The agreement was reached in 2021 with Riyadh to build a military base in the country, but there are no clear indications if it's now fully operational. For the use of its overseas military bases, Saudi Arabia has at least 8 air bases. Among these are King Abdulaziz Air Base in Dhahran, Eastern Province, King Abdullah Air Base in Jeddah, Mecca Province, King Faisal Air Base in Tabuk Province, Prince Sultan Air Base in Al-Kaj, Riyadh Province, King Khalid Air Base in Khamis Mushait, Asir Province, King Fahad Air Base in Taif, Mecca Province, among others. 2. United Kingdom. No less than 60 overseas military bases or military installations. The United Kingdom officially has 10 foreign military bases located in Singapore, Gibraltar, the South Atlantic Islands, the British Indian Ocean Territory, and Cyprus, which are formally maintained by the United Kingdom. However, according to a recent assessment, the UK is involved in 85 facilities managed by its allies, in addition to operating roughly 60 military installations itself. Some of the 60 facilities are run directly by the British Armed Forces, which includes 17 installations in Cyprus. As a result of its overseas military sites, the British Armed Forces can conduct expeditionary warfare and project an image of strength due to its presence in those bases and installations. As was seen during the 1982 Falklands War and the employment of RAF Ascension Island as a staging post, bases are typically situated in or close to areas of strategic or diplomatic importance. They are also frequently utilised for the build-up or resupply of military forces. The British military has personnel stationed at approximately 145 overseas military installations in 42 countries, and this is apart from the main operating bases, although most of them are small contingents. Countries that are allies of Britain host its military personnel in some 69 facilities, including Saudi Arabia, where there are 15, and Oman, with 16 locations. The Foreign and Commonwealth Office's list of 30 human rights priority countries features 6 of the countries with a fixed UK military presence, which include Iraq, Bahrain, Somalia, Syria, Saudi Arabia, and Yemen. Several British military operations have heavily depended on the strategic island of Diego Garcia in the Chagos Islands. It has been used for major operations such as British military operations in Afghanistan, named Operation Herrick, Operation Iraqi Freedom, and Operation Desert Storm, just to mention a few. 1. United States. No less than 750 overseas military bases. The United States, a country which used to prefer not getting involved in external conflicts beyond its border, now boasts at least 750 military bases across 80 countries and about 175,000 troops stationed in 159 countries. However, the country's position towards having a global role didn't change until after 2 world wars. The Americans always situate their forces close to their rivals at all times, ensuring that they are within striking distance. The United States also strategically situates military bases to protect international trade routes and energy supplies. A number of these military bases are deliberately located near important sea lanes such as the South China Sea. This helps to ensure the free flow of goods and other valuable resources, thereby preserving its global trade interests. This has made the United States to be perceived as the most powerful country in the world. As the United States continues to expand its military bases abroad, it isn't all praises and kudos domestically, as some scholars believe it isn't the right image to project. For example, in 2023, the decision by the United States to have 4 more military bases in the Philippines, where it already had 5, was perceived by some as a wrong foreign policy move. The calls to adopt the strategy of increased diplomatic presence rather than having increased US military bases in that region have been a dominant one in recent times so as not to escalate military tension with China. We're eager to read your comments on this video. Let's know your thoughts about the countries with the most overseas military bases. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell.